Bill out of me. We are live. We're coming to you from our studios here at Guidance TV, and we are gonna talk about it. Alhamdulillah, Bill out of me. And we've got somebody to help us talk about it tonight. She's back with us again, and we thank you for making dua for her, Sister Kim in South Dakota. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Walaikum assalam. How are you doing over there tonight?
Hey, we're doing it amazing, amazing. And some people might say, well, why is this man happy? It should be, all of the problems that we're facing around the world and the difficulties that we're seeing so many places. How can you possibly think that it's, anything except the worst and blah, blah, blah? But you know what? I find that right now this is a great opportunity. I recall some years ago when there was so many things going on against Muslims that somebody was saying to me, this is the worst time to be a Muslim. And I said, no, it's the best time. And they said, how do you get that? And I said, well, if you stop and think about it just for a second, one of the things that's important to us is to go to Jannah. We want to go to heaven. That's the big thing for a Muslim, right? This is what we're supposed to be thinking about all the time. And one of the ways to get there is to remember God and remember what He wants us to do and to follow His commandments. And when you have all these difficulties that come on you, it helps you to remember that. Does it make sense?
Makes sense.
So, yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff going on, and I realize that so many people are upset with our government, upset with, in particular, our president. But the reality behind all of this is that when you add it up, it comes out to, it's for us as Muslim, it's God's will. And we always accept God's will and we say, Alhamdulillah, for whatever He gives us. And this is what we're supposed to be doing. Does that make sense? So when we have these difficulties, when we're looking at these problems, then it makes sense that we should be looking at these through the prism or the glasses or whatever from the standpoint of a Muslim, which is, I'm not here in this earth trying to make my paradise. Can I give you an example about that, what Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said about it?
Please do.
What he said was in Arabic. He called Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ad-dunya sijnu mu'min wa jannatul kafir. Now, dunya is the material world. This is the world we all live in. And this universe or world that we live in today is considered by our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to be a sijin. Now, what is sijin? Sijin is a jail or a prison, okay? And that is a done deal. We understand that from the get-go, that we're not here except for a period of time. So we all have a sentence that we have to go through, and then we die and we get out of this prison. But the second part of it, he says, Jannah. Well, Jannah is paradise. But look what he said, Jannatul Kafir. So it's a paradise for disbelievers. Does that make sense?
Why would there be a paradise for disbelievers?
This is it right here.
Ah.
Look
that makes sense.
Look what happened. So in some years, some non-Muslim person was complaining to the Amir al-Mu'mineen, which is Omar, radiallahu anhu. And I think that was who it was. Anyway, he was complaining. He was saying he'd heard about this hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was saying, well, look at me, I'm in such bad shape. How could this be my paradise? And the answer was, wait till you get to the hellfire. This will be a paradise no matter how bad it was here. It'll be paradise compared to what you'll experience in that hellfire. And they said that that person became a Muslim. I don't know, but it's an interesting story, isn't it?
That is an interesting story. I like that one.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, so anyway, why are we... I'm not saying I'm happy with the difficulties that the Muslims are in. No. Oh, God forbid. But what I'm saying is that we, as Muslims, can always find peace. I want to use the word peace here in security. Salam is security and peace at the same time. So we can find that in the most difficult of times. At the same time, by the way, when things are really great in the material world, we actually seek refuge with God from that, because we don't want to become so attached to things in this material world that all of a sudden we forgot about why we're here to start with. And this is why a Dunya Signal movement, this material world we live in, is a prison to a believer. And we remember that. We treat it like what it is. It's a prison. No matter what you get here, it still isn't the ultimate. What is it, the ultimate in the prison? People want to get out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we want to get out. But now there's two choices. When you get out, you're going to wind up going to a fire, or you're going to go to paradise. So when we do get out of that prison, this life, we want to be sure we're going in the right track. And how we do it is how we are acting in this life. Are we kind? Are we gentle? Are we considerate? Are we patient? Are we tolerant? Are we loving? Are we doing the commandments of Almighty God? Yea or nay? And if the answer is yes, well, it's probably not enough. And if it's nay, then you really need to make tawbah. Tawbah is repentance in the Arabic language, to repent back to Almighty God. Now, I got all that out of the way, got that off my chest, and I want to get started with our program tonight. And some of the things that we have really been experiencing, I'm looking for them right now. I think, yeah, okay. Guys, if you're confused, some of you are confused about the internet right now because you've seen so many different things and you're not sure, is this real, is that real? There's fake news out there and there's fake websites out there, and we are not excluded from that. We have a number of people using my name on the internet. I'll show you. If you take a look at this, if you type in Yusuf Estes, okay, in the search on Facebook, this is just on Facebook, forget everything else, just Facebook alone. Watch this. The first one up there actually is me, all right? That's the first one. The second one, I'm not sure about that one. The third one, I think it is. Yeah, that one is. The fourth one, I'm pretty sure that's one of ours. The fifth one, and when I say ours, meaning some of our volunteers that put them up. This one right here, I'm not real sure about that. Nor that one. Nor this one. I don't even see that one before. And this looks like a copy. That also looks like a copy. And that may not be bad, but it may not be good either. You look at this. You see how many there are? And they all say Yusuf Estes. You see that? Look at that. How many say Yusuf Estes? Right on them. And probably 100 or 200 of these are on there. And then there's combinations that they use too, with my name in it. And you can see it right here. See, that says Yusuf Ibrahim, but look at this. He put my name there too. This one says Muhammad Yusuf, but then he put underneath it Sheikh Yusuf Estes. This means that they're a fan and they care about us and they like to promote it and so on. But if you consider how many there are out there, it only takes one or two of those out there to destroy everything that we're trying to do. And actually there are some. Let me tell you about that. Unfortunately, there are people who are using my name and our efforts at Guidance TV to get money for themselves. And when they do this, they might think they're Muslim, but for the most part, they're not. Most of those people doing stuff like that are not even Muslims. What they will do, they will tell you, oh, hey, this is Yusuf Estes, and I'm stranded here in this country or that country, and I need money, send me cash, all right, or wire me money. Anywhere I've ever been, and I hope it's always this way, everywhere I've ever been in the world, I've never needed to ask anybody for anything, ever. Allah has always made a way. And when I go to these countries to visit, I go under the auspices of a government-approved organization, and many times the government itself, who invites me. And they take care of me. They take care of my food, my lodging, my transportation, anything that, even if I want to go to the store and buy a little knick-knack or something, they want to pay for everything. So there's no way Wallahi, there's no way in today's world that I'm ever going to reach out to strangers and ask them for money. That's not going to happen. Now, when I travel, I definitely like to encourage all the Muslims to support projects in their own area. When I was in Australia, we were working very closely with Helping Hands there. No, was it Helping Hands? Human Appeal. Human Appeal. Astaghfirullah. I work with so many organizations. Yeah, Human Appeal. That was a very good organization. They do a lot of good things. Also in Australia, one time I was there and we were helping the Islamic Relief. Speaking of Islamic Relief, when we were in the UK, we also helped with what they were doing to a very large extent, and over £2 million, so that we could put water wells in Mandera in Kenya. I say that not to try to take any credit for what work other people are doing, but just to let you know that these people always take care of us. We don't need to reach out and ask strangers to send us money. If any strange person, somebody you don't know them, is saying that they're me or they represent me and they're asking for money, chances are it's totally fake. And I'm going to say for sure it's fake, okay? Now, there are organizations that need money, and they will do almost anything to try to get the money to save little children, the homeless, and things like that. And we appreciate that. We want to help them. But they shouldn't use my name or our work to try to promote themselves. Another example is on YouTube. You see so many videos on YouTube, and you see me in the video and you think, well, I put it up there. But if you see commercials on there, any commercial at all, I didn't put it up there. Because I will pay money for commercials to stay off of our stuff because I don't want any distraction. When people go there, they're looking to find out something about Islam. Not how to buy a car, not how to invest in real estate, not how to get cosmetics, not to get a frying pan that nothing sticks to. That's not what we're all about. If you watch Guidance TV, you see the same thing. We don't put commercials on here. If we wanted commercials, we got tons of people ready to sponsor all day long. Put on there, hey, come down to Happy Harry's and get a used car, you know? Or come on over here and get halal money and blah, 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 and we'll do this and that. And that's not what we're about. I want to emphasize that because at this time of the year, every year, at the end of January and all of February is one of the toughest months for organizations, and we're not excluded from that. All of these organizations really have a difficult time because most people don't donate very much at that time except for those who are doing their taxes. But it's already too late for the previous year. Okay? So, yeah. In Muslim countries, they might do it, though, because they don't have the same setup that we do. Also, if you're working on a different, well, I forgot what you call it. When you don't use the calendar year, you use your own year that you set up. You know what that is, sister? I forgot the name of it.
I'm drawing a blank on it, too. I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, because you say, well, we open our books on July 1st. Every year we pay our taxes on July 1st and so on. So you can do that. But most people go by the first of the year. And then they have a deadline of the 15th, is it 15th of April now, to get everything wrapped up and tied up and pay your dues. So anyway, I'm saying all of this just to confirm that people need to know if you hear people asking for money in our name, no, don't do it. Let me just show you something real quick on our website here. This is our website. You can see it real easy. It says right on it, Guidance TV right at the top. And if somebody wanted to try to copy this, they could get away with it up to a point. But where they're going to have a problem is right down here. Whenever you enter in the information and do stuff down here, you're going to be, wait a minute, hold on, because it's not going to be right. I want to show you something else. Yeah. This is not supposed to do that. Hello? Yeah, okay. We got a caller on here. I'll come back to this in a minute. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. How are you tonight, sister?
Alhamdulillah. Tired from last night.
Well, I imagine you are. I think you've done an amazing job. We have Sister Khadija on the phone with us right now. And Sister Khadija, as some of you know, has established something. It's called the, it's for homeless Muslims. And it's Khadija Dawah and Community Services. I'm on her website right now. That's what I was trying to do, actually, is to get to this to show people. And one of the beautiful things about our sister is that she spends her time, full time, every day, taking care of the homeless, taking care of little children that have no place to go, and for the moms that are stranded out there. And she has put in a lot of effort for this, and I want to continue to always support that with her. And sister, tell us what you did last night. Now this, besides running a homeless shelter, besides going, she drove all the way over here on Friday, okay, and picked up stuff to take back over there. And mashallah, she just so amazing. But then tell everybody what you did last night.
I think it was from Allah, because I really don't do these things. But I don't know, it was just something just keep driving me over there. And I went over there and I parked my car. Oh, JFK Airport, Kennedy Airport.
Yeah.
Actually, I was in Pittsburgh, and something was just telling me you got to go to New York, and I don't understand what. And I started to drive. And halfway driving, a friend called me. She said, "You heard what's going on in JFK?" And I said, "No, what's going on?" She said, and she started telling me about this ban and people coming in, and and I was in shock. I said, "What?" She said, "Yes, there are a lot of people at the airport."
Yeah, we're showing a picture of you right now. Let's put that back up again. We've got a picture of you standing there with two ladies. It says, "Jews stand with Muslims." During World War II, the U.S. turned away thousands of Jewish refugees. Today, I stand with Muslim refugees and say, never again. That was amazing. You were there last night.
Yes, and I want to tell you, but Sheikh, I was there from 9:10 until 3 a.m.
Okay, hold on one second. We're gonna come back to that. Just don't go away, okay? Don't go away, sister. There's something that just came up here, and I want to share that with everybody. Let's switch over here real quick and let everybody look. This is live right now from Seattle, Washington. Thousands and thousands and thousands in Seattle, Washington right now. And this is live, showing you how many people are out there. Look at the protesters out there, again, protesting this ban against Muslims. This is an amazing time for all of us. Look at the effort that we've tried to do to get the word about Islam out to the people, sister. And yet, Donald Trump has done this just in 1 week. Yeah, I think you once said if you could, you'd go hug him, not because you like him, but because so many people now are looking at Islam and are coming to our websites and they are watching our television channel. I got a call today, by the way, from Houston, Texas, and they were saying that they are watching us right now on channel 10.3. And I don't know how it got changed. I thought we were, for all these years, 10.2. They said we're on 10.3. And unfortunately, we don't know what happened, but Peace TV is gone. It's also gone in Dallas, but maybe they're coming back. We hope so. But anyway, now I want to take you back to the rally. You can see what's going on over there. I don't know if we got any audio for this or not. Let's see. Do we have audio? No, you can't hear anything. This is way up high. They're clapping and applauding. somebody, it looks, I see a Muslim lady standing in the background there. I see some Muslims also in the crowd, but I see Jewish as well. Oh, here they're
Yeah, a
pulling
lot of
back.
Jewish.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
A lot of
looky. How many? Oh, thousands and thousands of people there in Seattle right now. And this is live. This is coming, it's on our Facebook page, actually. If you know about Guide Us TV, we have our own site. Let's take a look at the Guide Us TV. Here we are. When you see this at the top of it, that's Guide Us TV. All right. And you go on down the page, and you'll be able to find a lot of the stuff that we're doing. There's shahadas. And here's, let's listen to what our brother Brandon Estes had to say last night. Let's get him up here. And let me see if I can get that one up. Okay, I need to bring up, here we go.
Trying to get back into the country.
Here we go.
Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Guide Us DFW is live here at the DFW International Airport, where up to over 50 of our brothers and sisters in Islam have been held captive, hostage? No, they're just being held up at the airport, trying to get back into the country. And according to Trump's new law, they are not able to come see their families and to come back home. We're here live, and you're about to see as we go inside the events that are taking place here at the DFW airport. Please watch and enjoy the show. When there's good, please like us and follow the link below. Also, spread the message, and inshallah make a lot of dua for our brothers and sisters here and across the country who are going to be in the future not allowed to enter into the country. So if you can, do your best to spread the word, and let's get this law, or this executive order, excuse me, reminds me of Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars. Kill the Jedi. Anyway, we're coming in where there's all the people protesting. MashaAllah. Jazakallah khairan. So I've got like 2 cameras right here, so it's a lot. Remember to like us on Facebook and make lots of dua for Sheikh.
Yeah, he was saying make dua for me. MashaAllah. Now, that's one of many videos that he made. So many videos, in fact, that I just couldn't keep up with all that he was doing. I think this is where it picks up with this one.
I've got like 2 cameras right here, so it's a lot. Remember to like us on Facebook and make lots of dua for Sheikh.
Yeah, it's the same one. Make dua for me. MashaAllah. Oh, that's our live feed. One of many videos that he made. So many videos. In fact, you're watching what we just did a few minutes ago. It's live on our Facebook channel. I think this is where it picks up with this one.
I've got like 2 cameras right here. So. Remember to like us on Facebook and make lots of dua for Sheikh.
Yeah, it's the same one. Oh, that's our live feed. Yeah, I said that already, didn't I? All right. So you can understand from this that anybody who would like to watch us now, anywhere in the world, anytime, can go to our website, or they can go to our live feed. Our live feed on Guide Us TV, which is on Facebook. And here's how you do that. You look up here where I'm typing, okay? Make Guide Us like it's one word, then space, and then TV. And you see it pop up like that. Now, once again, you're going to see a lot of imitators, so be careful. But this is it right here, the top one, okay? You click on that, and that's how you'll be able to watch what we're doing. You can see it just like this. And what you're watching right there is the live broadcast from right now. All right? Okay, so now you got an idea about that. I'm not sure about that other one. Let me just have a look at what this is. That's our media site. Okay. No, that's not ours. Yes, this is somebody that is putting our stuff and translating it. I think so, yeah. Uh-huh. By the way, this is not wrong as long as they're not asking for money. If you want to use any of our materials, you're welcome to do that. We have 3,100 domain names, many fully developed websites. We've got Quran websites, we have Hadith websites, we have question and answer websites, tons and tons of material, all kind of information, videos, audios. Let me just show you a few of those, and then we're going to take a break. But watch this. Suppose that I want to hear Islam. Well, I just type in hearislam.com. Watch this. See all of these? There's over 1,000 audios. These are all audios right here. And it's real simple. You can just click and listen. There it is. Now see that the first folder gives you a lot of things about Allah. And let's click on the first one.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalam ala rasulillah. You're listening to Islam Always, where we're always open 24 hours a day and always plenty of free parking. We have a question. Dini.
All right, so you can see how easy that was, right? Now the next thing we're going to do, again, watch up here, and I'm going to type the word watch, watchislam.com. Now here, you'll be able to watch our live feed again. This is another place you can watch the live feed that we're doing. There it is. You can see what we did just a few minutes ago. A lot of things about Allah. Now you can also click on these different links at the bottom and see different programs that we've done in the past.
Why do Muslims say Allah? The Quran is the holy scripture for the Muslims, and as such, it forms the basis for the teachings of Islam.
So you can see these linked to our network. We have an integration in our network so that if anybody wants to use this, that's very simple. The key is to know how to share. Now watch this. I'm going to type the word share. SHAREISLAM.com. And here you go. Now what this does, it takes you, and some of you have seen me do that before, takes you to our website that's the network. Now look over here on the lower right. You see that? You fill that in and just go like this and say Salaam Alaikum. All right? And there you go. And now someone will get back to you and they'll say wa alaikum salam, and then you'll be able to talk with them and ask questions about Islam or whatever. Now we have somebody named Danish, and he's asking, how am I? And I say, Alhamdulillah. We are live on Guide Us TV right now. There we go. Let's see what he says. I told him, you're on the air with us, and then I put a little smiley face. So we have brothers and sisters who are volunteers who will help answer any questions you have. So that's really great too. He said he's watching it, although technically I'm listening. You're right. Because when you're doing the chat, he's keeping busy with the chat and listening to what we're doing at the same time. All right, now we got a break. We're going to take this break. We're going to be back. We have Sister Kim with us. We also have Sister Khadija, and we're going to be talking with them and all about what's going on right now. So stay right where you are. We'll be right back after this.
Guide Us TV.
Welcome Sheikh Yusuf Estes and the newly converted Muslims.
MashaAllah. Newly converted Muslims. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Oh, I love this. And you can watch it anytime if you just get the apps. The free apps for iPhones, iPads. Also the smartphones. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The smartphones
and the Android phones, you'll be able to do it real easy, and it is free, and you can watch it anytime. Wa alaikum salam. We're about ready to give some more shahadas, and you can join us. You can also help donate. Donate online at guideus.tv. Yeah, guideus.tv/donate. Allahu Akbar. And you can be helping these people get to Islam too. Allahu Akbar. Allah gives the hidayah. He guides the people with Guide Us TV.
And we are back. By the way, what we're watching right now, in case you didn't know that, we're keeping our eye open on the live video. And the broadcaster and viewers, it says that we can see, everybody can watch this at the same time, all right? So for those of you who are not familiar with this, you can go to our page, which is facebook.com/guideustv. And then you'll be able to go to our page and see the stuff that is going on now. And what's happening right now is the live feed that you're seeing here. And to help us talk about that, we've got Sister Kim on the line with us. Sister, tell us what we're seeing here.
This is a live feed from the Seattle International Airport. And I've actually got a friend that is somewhere in the crowd down there. Her name is Kate, so everybody make dua for Kate for going out there to stand with us Muslims. She is not a Muslim, but she decided that she was going to go to the protest tonight. Thousands of people have turned out here in Seattle. Absolutely an amazing crowd.
MashaAllah. I don't know why it's not coming up. It keeps showing me instead of what we're trying to look at. There we go. Yeah, finally. So it looks like thousands of people gathered there.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what the counts are once they get crowd counts from these demonstrations that have been happening all over the country. Yesterday they were in New York City, they were at Dallas International, they were at Denver, they were in Boston, they were in Chicago, they were everywhere. And I don't know if they're going on in so many places tonight, because in some places the people that were being held at the airport have actually been released. So there may not be quite as many protests tonight, but I'm sure that there's still several going on.
Well, one of the things, sister, that I heard from Brandon last night is that they were say they released the people, but then they wouldn't tell you where they were, and they couldn't contact their families. So that doesn't sound like much of a release program, does it?
No, that doesn't sound like a release program. That sounds like someone being pushed under the rug.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. That's not cool. Ah, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. I wanted to get it up there where we could see it better. Now, those little teeny tiny things that you're seeing there, those are human beings. That's like a herd of turtles there. Everywhere you look, man, there's so many people. And in the dark places, you can't really realize how many people are there. This is a huge crowd there in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, that has to be, I'm using the basic statistics that I was taught back when I was in college, and if I had to make an estimate just in that shot there, we're probably looking at, just in that one shot, we're probably looking at about 1,500 people, and I know they keep panning back and there's even more.
Yeah. That's a wonderful turnout, and it's cold there. By the way, it's not warm in Seattle tonight.
No, it isn't. And also, that's another thing for people to keep in mind, is that's just the people outside. You know, there's probably people inside that are by the baggage claim and as far as they can get without having to go through security as well. So there's probably another crowd inside, too.
Well, that's amazing. Okay, and that's just one place. What about the other places that are going on tonight? And what was going on last night? We saw so much. I want to now take a chance to go back over to our sister in who was out there last night. Let's get back with her right now. I lost the call with her. All right. But one doctor, I'll take this story right here. There was a doctor who landed in Cleveland, and then according to Trump's order, he was forced out. All right. Now this is JFK Airport. This is actually, somebody pulled that off our website, I think. We had a lot of pictures. Sister sent us a lot of pictures last night from JFK. That's John F. Kennedy Airport, International Airport there in out in New York. So, but this is the story here about a doctor. He got turned back, and he's one of the doctors of a very prestigious clinic there in Cleveland. He had to leave the country based on the executive order by Mr. Trump.
Yeah, there's another story.
I said it's her. It's a female doctor. Her name is Soha Abu Shama. She's 26, in the first year of internal medicine residency program at the clinic, held at H-1B visa for workers in specialty occupations. Born and raised in Saudi Arabia, holds a passport from Sudan and one of the 7 countries where Trump has barred him. She had to make a choice at the Customs and Border. She could leave the country voluntarily and withdraw her visa, or she'd be forcibly deported, which would prevent her from ever coming back to the United States. We know about that. It's happened in Canada. They've been doing it over there for some time. Here's our sister Khadija. She's calling us back. Let me take that. Okay, Sister Khadija, you are live. You're on the air with us right now. Sorry we lost your call.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to some of the things that you encountered last night. Looks like you had quite a night there. You really surprised all of us with when you called me and said you were there in New York. I was shocked. I was so surprised that you had been able to get over there so quickly. I know you were in Pittsburgh.
Ohio Friday.
Well, yeah, Friday you were in Ohio. Then you were in Pittsburgh, and then the next thing I know, you're in New York. You're amazing, lady. You are amazing.
I would like to share with you that I really feel it's a direct connection with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala that I was there, because that kind of feeling that I was feeling, I can't express it. It was tens and thousands of people, mostly was young, white, and all kind of people. I did hardly very few Muslims, 1 or 2 in between, and the majority was so extremely friendly. It was so much love, so much love. There were little kids was picketing. They were, one of the slogans that caught my ears, and it's on one of the videos, "We are all Muslim. We are all Muslim. We are all Muslim. United we stand." I mean, you should, the love, there was just so much love that you just can't, I can't express it. One man, out of the entire tens of thousands came, and one sister had a hijab, and he tried to pull the hijab off. And I'm telling you, more than 500 people surrounded. The police had to get him away so fast, they would have killed him. And I was videoing it. I was right there, videoing everything. But it was, I can't believe it. And you know, this tells me that this is directly from Allah, that Allah doesn't need the Muslim to do his work. Another thing that really caught my eyes, that I interviewed a guy, I was shocked. He had a Quran. And it makes me ask him, a big Quran walking around like he's so proud of it. And I says, "Are you a Muslim?" He said, "No." I'm like, "What?" He said, "No." I said, "Why are you having the Quran?" He said, "Because I came out with this Quran to support it." And he didn't even have the Quran. He had to go and search for it. just to bring the Quran out. And I must also mention, this is another thing that, hello?
Yes, yeah.
This was another thing that really caught my. I had to pay $35 for parking. So if I had to pay $35, everybody you see there had to pay because airport is nowhere parking free. Parking lot is $35. I got there like 9. I left like 3. I paid my ticket was $35 parking. And so all those tens of thousands people had to pay for the parking. And I'm thinking to myself, these are strange people. They are not Muslim, they were Jews, they were Christian, they were signs that saying Jesus would have been angry. People that when they heard the news, they were disgusted, they want to vomit, they want to throw up. And, and they were like, refugees, bring all the refugees, bring all the refugees. Refugees are welcome. You should see this. And I'm thinking to myself, here are people who have nothing to do with Islam or Muslim, came out to support Muslims and Islam, and they were there in the cold from 9 o'clock until 4 or 5 o'clock. There were people there.
Well, sister, we're looking at something. We're looking at something right now. It shows a lot of policemen. Did you see a lot of policemen there last night?
Oh my! It was too much. It was too much. But they were nice. I can't lie. It was very peaceful. They were nice. They were extremely nice. Yes. There were a lot, and they didn't give us a hard time. We were right in front. They didn't give us a hard time. No, it was. But you know what? And it is. Did you see?
Yeah.
All of this sacrifice. Yes.
I wanted to ask you: did anybody give you a hard time you were filming? But I guess everybody out there was recording, right?
Well, everybody was recording, and like I kept saying, there was so much love. There was so much garbage also because. I don't know who were bringing they were donating pizza, they were water, and there were no garbage, and all the garbage was thrown on the floor. So you know me, I went inside the terminal and I got some garbage bag and I started cleaning up all the garbage. And once I start, you have 20 other people started to, they were coming from all over to help me. Yes. They were all coming to help me, and all of a sudden we were, but no, they were so much love. I really enjoy it. I'm telling you.
Sister,
and I think it was from Allah.
You are amazing. You are amazing. You are always thinking of things to do to help, and people follow you, and you get the reward of what they're doing at the same time. That's amazing.
But you know what? I'm really telling you, Sheikh. This is to tell you that there's a hadith in the Quran. There's an ayah I want to quote. In Surah Muhammad, ayat 38, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, "Ya, you who believe, you're required to spend in the path of Allah, but some among you are miser, greedy. And it is you who need, not Allah. And Allah will replace you with the people, they will not be like you." Now let's go with this. If these were strange people, they were people not Muslim, and they were spending $40 minimum each cars to be there, and they were on the cold from 9 o'clock until 5 in the morning in the cold for the Muslim. And Muslim, when we were begging for 16 years for $2 for a Quran to give to these people, the Muslim was watching me like I have a disease. Sheikh, what I want to you to tell the Muslim, it's a message from me. What you sow, you will reap. What you sow, you will reap.
That is so true.
It's a message from me.
You mentioned Surah Muhammad. What was the ayah number, sister?
38.
Okay. Okay. So that's a good reminder for all of us that we should always be ready to support the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to remind all of us about that importance of always supporting the efforts that other people are doing. For instance, and I want to go back to your project, sister. You have been so amazing with what you're doing with that. I don't think anybody can even hold a candle to your efforts there. But right now you've got, I think, 50 units that you're filling up with homeless people. You're bringing them in, you're taking care of them, you're helping them get food, shelter, clothing, the basic things that everybody should have. And Now, I want people to know how they can support this thing, and what they can do is send those letters KDCS. Send those letters KDCS to 41444. KDCS, send that to 41444 on your phone, guys, and you'll be able to donate right away to our sister. And we want you to know how important it is to do that. We want you to realize that you're helping take sisters and brothers and children off the streets, people who are really literally homeless. We're not talking about somebody with a cardboard sign saying, you know, we'll work for food. We're talking about somebody who would not go out and do that, that they would huddle up in a car or behind a building somewhere trying to keep warm, not knowing where to go. And I don't want them to lose hope on Allah. And certainly you could say, well, it's Allah's test on them, but it's a test on us too. Will we support them? So once again, that's KDCS. Send those 4 letters, KDCS, to a text number, 41444. It's not a regular phone number. Don't call it to talk to it. 41444. And when you do that, you'll be supporting Sisters Homeless Shelter. This will help her to be able to pay, because she's paying. Okay, it's not free for her. It's free for the people that are homeless. She is out here having to go around and raise the funds, and she's not going to just tell you. In fact, we raised some funds for her, tried to give it to her there, and when we were after the Friday Jummah prayer, and she said, no, I don't want to take it. I want to have a record of this. I want to be sure it's transparency. And I said, okay. But for sure, I'm telling you, the sister, our sister Khadija, on the phone with us right now, I've known her for the last 16 years, and she's the one who did the over 600,000 of our CDs to give out all over the place for Dawah. She helped make this project famous, what it is today. Because when she first told me, she said, Sheikh, I can make you famous. I said, I don't want to be famous. She said, no, but I'll make the Dawah famous. And now I'm trying to give her that same advice when they want to put her on the TV. She said, no, I don't want to do that. Sister, tell us some of the places that have asked you to go. One wanted to give you an award. You didn't want to take it. Tell us.
Well, no, actually, on the 6th of March, there is a very famous movie star is coming, Bollywood famous. We expect about 25,000 people. And they want to give me an award, and I told them, but they're not Muslim, but they know me, what I do. They call me Mother Teresa. They said, she's our Mother Teresa. And actually, they just give me the title of an angel, too. But I told them, no, I will not, I refuse to take the award. And they said, but it's honoring women like you, and you're the only one that's worth it right now. Please. I said, no, I don't want the award. She said, why? I said, listen, what I believe in is you cannot get pay from 2 sources for one good. In other words, if I do one good, how can I expect payment from 2 places? No. If I take the award from the people, then Allah will say, well, you already got paid, you got the award, and Allah will not pay me. So Allah payment I rather Allah payment than the award. So I said, no, I will take the award from my God. And she understands. So she said, but at least you can come on stage and say something. And I said, yes, that I will do. And why I'll do it is just to bring awareness. Because in this community also, there was a man who was looking to kill his wife, and he couldn't find her. She had nowhere to go, and he caught her in the street, and he just take a knife and separate her head from her body on middle of the street just a couple of months ago. So I said I want to bring awareness of that we have a shelter for women.
That's very good. Sister, I wanted to also remind everybody once again that your donation for this project is tax deductible because you're giving a great charity here. And Guidance TV is 100% behind this, and we definitely want you to know that we support this. We want you to join us. KDCS, that's the 4 letters, and just dial up on, like you're going to send a text message, and dial 41444. That's all. It's not a talking number. It's just a text number. Very simple. 41444. Send the word KDCS. If you send the word Islam, let me put that up for you. If you send the word ISLAM to 41444, then what's going to happen, that sends back the way you can donate to Guidus TV. So whenever you send ISLAM to 41444, then you're supporting Guidus TV. And these are separate, so I want you to be able to know the difference. Yes, it's the same number, 41444. The word Islam makes it so you can help us keep on going on. Now, sister, I got to say something before we take our next break and tell everybody, listen carefully. This channel that you're watching right now and all of the things that it does throughout the day, 24 hours a day, is operating without commercials, without sponsorship from any big organizations or big guys. You know what I'm talking about. This is only paid for by brothers and sisters just like you that are watching. So if you don't do your job, I want you to know that that's on you. Okay, you are using and watching this channel. Your children are watching, and your neighbors are watching. A lot of non-Muslims, more non-Muslims are watching this than Muslims. And by the way, if you're not a Muslim, don't worry about it. Just sit back, relax. We're not asking you for anything. We don't want anything from you. I'm serious. Only the Muslims. You need to be aware that this is your responsibility to help us continue. Now, the channels that we have, I had to try to make decisions at the end of this month because the bills are quite high. And last night I asked, is anybody watching us on satellite? Right away one called in, he said he is, and he supported it. May Allah reward him. I didn't ask him to do that. But I'm asking you right now, if you're watching us on one of our antennas, that means you're watching us on TV right now. You're either watching, if you're watching on TV, you're probably watching on the Roku box, some of the other boxes that are out there, or you're watching through the Google, or you're watching maybe through the Facebook. I don't know exactly how you're watching, but if you are using the antennas or the satellite, these are the most costly factors to us. And if you want it to continue, then you really need to support it. And so that's when you will send the word Islam to 41444, and it'll be very simple. We'll send you a link back. You can set it up and do it every month, whether it's 10, 100, or 1,000 a month, whatever you want to do according to your needs and your position. But do something, because this is your responsibility. We've done all we can do, and I don't want to turn anything off if I don't have to. But let's be realistic. We don't borrow money. We only use what we have. So if you want to do something, it is the end of the month. It's time for you to think about that. Now, as we're going out for our break right now, I'll just let you guys see what we're going to be coming back to. And this is where we're going to be coming back to watching and seeing more of what's going on around the country and what's happening with all of that. So just stay right where you are. We'll be right back after this.
My name is Abu Hafsa Abdul Malik Claire, and if you don't know, you should know. You're watching Guidus TV. But guess what? Guidus TV is available on your phones now. It's available on your iPhone, on your iPod, on your iPad, on your Android, all over the smartphones. It is available on your App Store or your Play Store. It is FREE free. Go there, download it, install it, play it, enjoy it, and share it. And remember, get guided with Guidus TV. Now available on your App Store.
All right, and we are back. We've got Sister Kim back on the phone with us. Sister, you said you had some breaking news. Can you tell us what it's all about?
I am just looking it up right now. We just had it come through on Facebook that there has been a shooting at a mosque in Canada, and I'm looking for information on it, see if I can share it. Multiple dead after shooting at Quebec City Mosque. Several people were shot at a Quebec City mosque.
In Quebec. Is that in Quebec?
Yeah, Quebec City.
Yeah, I've got it. It said multiple dead. Let me take this back down to something a little bit more reasonable here. I had it kind of expanded up. I don't like all these commercials all over the place, but that's what we got to put up with. Anyway, there it is, yes. The police set up a perimeter around the Islamic Cultural Center of Quebec in the Saint Foy neighborhood. That's from Radio Canada. They tell us that the Quebec City Police said several are dead after shots fired at Quebec City Mosque. Multiple people are also feared wounded, according to CBC, that's CBC TV, French language service Radio Canada. No, it's not TV. I guess it's radio version of their TV. Anyway, condition other than that is not known at this time. A number of ambulances are parked outside the Islamic Cultural Center in Quebec. 2 suspects are arrested. A large perimeter has been set up around the mosque. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's very sad to hear something like this at this stage of the game. In the last couple minutes that we've got tonight, I want to assure everybody, listen, guys, if we ever needed a voice here in America, we need it now. We need our voice here in America. Brothers and sisters, this is the only voice we have. Are you listening to me? This is our voice. If you don't support it, it will go off the air. It's as simple as that. It will start with losing antennas, satellite, and so on. If you support the channel, we can maintain. We don't need you to do a lot. We don't need you to do something real huge. But just be regular in what you do. Don't miss this opportunity right now. Send the word Islam, I-S-L-A-M. And it can be uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter. Send it to 41444. It will send you back a link. When you get the link, you can click on it and it will take you to our donation website. And let me show you what it's supposed to look like.
While you're bringing that up, I just want to mention that there are 5 dead. According to reports right now, there was about 40 people in the mosque, and the shooting was carried out by 3 attackers and happened during the evening prayers at about 8 p.m. That's Quebec time, so that would be Eastern time.
I want to ask myself the rhetorical question. If this is the kind of thing that's going on, how could I expect anybody to show up at the mosque? You want to spend millions of dollars for a masjid, for Allah, right? At the same time, who's going to go considering all the things that are happening? And these things are happening because we are not carrying the right message to the people. We have got to have more of what we're doing right now and get it out further. I can do so much more. If Allah will just let us have the funding to do it, we can take this to such a level. Brothers and sisters, if you haven't realized it yet, wake up. Wake up to the reality of our voice, our only voice here in America, United States and Canada. It's our obligation. It's our job to do this for Allah. Do it now. Won't you do that? And sister, we've got to close out right now. And I thank you so much for being with us tonight. We're going to pick up again tomorrow night with a lot more. We'll follow up on this story, what happened in Canada. And as we always say, get guided with
Guidus TV.
Yeah.